as we present New Trevians football action. The big game, the conference championship on the line between the New Trevians and the Maine South Hawks. For the second year in a row, this game will decide the Central Suburban South Championship. So this is a big one. New Trier coming off a lackluster performance last week against Waukegan. They really were flat last week, and now they've come back alive, hopefully, and they're ready to play this game. As we said, the conference championship on the line here today. Here at football action this week as the Trevians take on the Maine South Hawks. Trevians will receive. The New Trier Trevians coming in with a record of 6-2 following their first losses of the season to Libertyville and Loyola. They have won their following 6, including all the games so far in the conference. Maine South has won all their games so far. Taken by Newmeyer. Newmeyer fakes the handoff and rumbles up to about the 21-yard line. And that's where the Trevians will take over, 1st and 10. I think that Mike Duda, the quarterback. Newmeyer and Burke were split to the wide side. The handoff was to Spellman. And Spellman, I don't think, even got back to the line of scrimmage. No, he did not. He got as far as the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 11 for the New Trier Trevians. Burke and Newmeyer again split wide to the far side. Peters and Spellman in the backfield. Pass incomplete. Intended for Simon Burke. Over on that far side, and that brings up a 2nd down. Or 3rd down, rather. Third and 11. The Maine South fans cheering no more Loddick, but Mike Duda's filled that role very nicely, thank you. Back to pass is Duda. Duda looks, throws, long, and overthrew. Bobby Teaton intended for Teaton on the far side. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and the Trevians will have to kick it away, I guess. We're just underway. First quarter. Stick around. Hockey action, our second broadcast on the regular network today. Duda will start off kicking from about the 6-yard line and stepped up to the 10. 40-yard boot and a 5-yard return. And it's Maine South football at the 45-yard line. So that's where the Trevians will defend from. Trevians last week, only 1 touchdown, a 6-0 glitch in their schedule. It actually back to pass. They won, but not very much. And the pass complete. And out of bounds at about the Trevian 33, 32 make it. Even worse than that, the 31. 1st and 10 at the 31. I noticed one thing about Maine South and their receivers. He circled back a little bit. That's been their habit. There's a big hole. Cuts to the outside. Oh, my. Off to the races. And down to the 5-yard line before Patrick Newmeyer brings him down. Kind of hard to tell exactly how good teams really are here in the Central Suburban League, because there's really, in both sides of the conference, one or two teams, and we'll call them two, maybe three, and then nothing beyond that. So you look at a team that's winning by the score of there's a handoff and a little there, picked up about 2 yards. You know, you look and you see teams winning by 40 points and more, and you say, wow, you know, they're really a great team. But it's an unfair comparison because you're playing against teams that have very little talent. Here's the handoff. Rumbles in for the touchdown. And it's 6-0 in favor of the Maine South Hawks. They try for the extra point. Point after. The kick is up, and it is good. And it's 7-0. Maine South goes in for the touchdown and lead this one 7-0 early in the game. And the Maine South Hawks ready to kick this one off and start play up again. Here's the kick away. And deep. Taken at the 1-yard line. No, he may have even touched that line. It should have been a touchback maybe. Now he picks up an extra 2 yards over that today, and that could be a factor. Hand off to Chris Peters, I believe. It was Peters, and he picks up a 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Trevians. And the New Trier Trevians at their own 26-yard line. Hand off to Ryan Spellman out of the shotgun. Spellman gets a first down and tripped up. Newmeyer split wide. Simon Burt split near. Fake handoff. Now the pass. No, he's in trouble. Down he goes. Mike Duda thrown for a loss. A sack for the Hawks. The handoff to Tommy Geary. Geary rumbles ahead. Gets some pretty good yardage. Mike Duda hands it off, and met immediately was Ryan Spellman. He picked up another yard, and that'll bring up a 4th and 1. Usually the Trevians don't do that this year. The snap, no, off goes Duda, and Duda drops the ball. And it is a turnover. Fumble recovery by the Maine South Hawks. And so the Hawks, good field position. There's a handoff. And got a yard or two. We'll call it 2nd and 9. A short 9. Sean Kane passes, incomplete. 3rd down and 9 for the Maine South Hawks. 2 men split wide, one to each side. Sean Kane, the quarterback for the Maine South Hawks, drops back to pass, looking, throws to the near side, complete, that big circle again, and that's going to cost him a 1st down. The handoff and may not have gotten there. 1st and 10, yes. 1st and 10, Trevians. Trevians held. Jordan out of the Trevians in the football playoffs as far as they go. And follow the Trevians in soccer as far as they go. There's a handoff, a pickup of a yard. Chris Peters, the ball carrier. Newmeyer and Burke split wide. Duda back to pass. Duda throws, incomplete. The pass intended for Bobby Teton. And Spellman next to him. Back to pass, straight away. In trouble, steps up, and gets swamped. There's the snap and the kick. Rolling to the sideline, picked up at the 35 and out of bounds at the 37. Not a very smart move, I suppose, wanting to pick up 2 yards. Maine South. Handoff and a pick up of a couple of yards. They redid their press box. Quarter. Roof, and you had to stand next to the public address system horns right next to your head. Oh, boy, incomplete. Pass incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Who was that, Washburn or Spellman? One of the two. It was Ryan Spellman that nearly got into his hand. Back to pass is Sean Kane again. Kane throws, complete. Well, don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. All day long they're going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Well, don't you know that's the sound of the men working. Late in the first quarter. The handoff, and he got nothing. Got looks like maybe about 6 inches was about all he got. They're going to call it no gain. Second down. And basically 10. Gain back to pass. Under pressure. Pass is incomplete. Flag goes down, and I think that's holding. It is holding against Maine South. 23, but back to pass. Looking. Throws over here to the near side. Complete. Up the middle. Short of the first down. Back to pass. Throws to the near side. Incomplete. Simon Burke on the coverage. And complaining, making about this game. Offside against Shea Fitzgerald. And gets it. 1st and 10 for the Maine South Hawks. Back to pass. Throws to the near side. Complete. And a host of Trevians over there. Bridgman. At the end of the first quarter of play here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, it's the Maine South Hawks 7 and the New Trier Trevians nothing. And we'll be back with more sports action right after we pause for these messages here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Back, all set for the second quarter of today's football game. Maine South with the football and the lead. Here as we start the second quarter. First half, there's a handoff. Bounces to the outside, still didn't get anywhere. Tommy Geary wrapped up his feet. He had some help from the rest of the line. Fitzgerald, Bridgman. Nice afternoon. Bright sunshiny day. Besides that 1 week of the Evanston game, it has not been too bad. Trevians drop them for a loss. Newmeyer and Fitzgerald, I believe, in on that one. And the sack brings up a long yardage. Fourth and 8. And it looks like the Hawks will kick it away relatively deep. And the Trevians will let it roll dead. Stay away from it. Trevians will take over at the 11-yard line. But Mike Duda and the rest of the Trevians have proven themselves a little bit. And again, it's kind of hard to tell because the Trevians really haven't had a chance to, very difficult to judge just how good this Trevians team is. Duda back to pass. Throws complete to Simon Berg out at the 38-yard line. Duda on the trap play. Charges ahead. Picks up about 8. Second down and 2. Care to admit, with that 6-0 victory over Waukegan. And Tommy Geary keeps his feet going and gets across midfield into Hawks territory. Newmeyer and I believe that's Washburn on that far side. Or maybe Simon Berg. The handoff to Ryan Spellman. And Spellman couldn't really bust through the hole, but did pick up about, we'll call it 2. Duda. Back to pass. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down at about the 41-yard line. 3 left to play in the game. In the quarter, clock running, and the first half. Duda back to pass. Duda throws to the far side, incomplete, on a pass intended for Patrick Newmeyer on that far side. And Mike Duda back to kick it away on the fourth down. The kick taken at about the 30-yard line. Up ahead, gets to the 40, and maybe got an inch or two over past the 40. The back end, the ass end, kind of touching the 40-yard line. Sean Kane, handoff to the near side. Found the seam through. Bad pursuit along the line on the part of the Trevians. They were over there. But back to pass is Kane. Looking. Throws up the middle. Complete. First down. Out at about the 41.5-yard line. The handoff. And Shea Fitzgerald and Phil Krajewski. And between the two of them, he gained about a yard. We'll call it second down and 9. Boy, Fitzgerald and Krajewski, you get hit by them, let's see, that's almost 500 pounds. A little more than actually a little bit more than 500 pounds, I think, or somewhere in there. Uh-oh. And Jordan Kruger put the rush on, managed to get the pass away. And it is a completion for a first down for the Maine South Hawks at the Trevian 41-yard line. Ever since the second set of plays, and no one's been able to come close to getting into the end zone. There's a pass complete, and he steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And hard to tell with the teams in the conference this year. Evanston was truly awful, so was Glenbrook South. Niles West, which is going to finish third in the conference, was beaten up by the Trevians 48-7. And Waukegan, with that squeaker last week, the Trevians hit a kind of a bump in the road there, a major glitch. Inside handoff, spins away, gets inside the 20, down to about the 15-yard line, make it the 16. So first and 10 for the Hawks, knocking at the door at the 16-yard line. Sean Kane on a quarterback. Hands it off, looking for the opening. Yeah, picks up a couple of yards, picks up about 4. Second. I think the Trevian size and height difference is making something of it here. Tommy Geary wraps him up and waits for some help. Got it. Washburn and Spellman help out Tommy. Gain of 1. Or make it 2. 3rd and 4 for the Hawks at the 10. So the Hawks threatening to open this one up a little bit. Back to pass. Throws, knocked down by Shea Fitzgerald. So the Trevians trying to become 3-time Central Suburban South champions. The last 2 years, Matt Loddick able to make easy work of things, particularly last year. And duplicating last year, Nutria lost their first 2 games and then went on and won 7 in a row. In trouble, down he goes. Short of the first down, it was a sack, and Kane is roughed up a little bit. The handoff to Tommy Geary. Geary picks up about 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Trevians. No, it has been 3. Last 3 weeks. Inside handoff to Chris Peters. Peters charges ahead. Geary and Peters in the backfield. The handoff to Geary. And he picks up a few, but it won't be enough, I don't think. No, it will not be enough for a first down. It'll be 4th down and about 2. Or Mike Duda back to punt. Steps up to the 13-yard line, and he lets loose a beauty. And it is taking a Trevian bounce. Looks like an 80-yard punt. Wow. Down at the 8-yard line, and a bunch of men split wide. Not much time to work with. There's a handoff. And picks up about 6. or 8, and that's going to do it for the first half. And at the end of the first half, the score is the Maine South Hawks 7 and the New Trier Trevians nothing. We'll be back with the second half of today's football game right after we pause for these messages here on the network. Back to pass again, Sean Kane. Steps up, takes off, gets the first down at the 45-yard line. Lone split man to the far side. Kane hands it off to the near. Second effort, found the hole, and Tommy Geary finally brought him down inside Trevian territory at the 49-yard line. How much of this is wind coming into our camera, and how much of that is O'Hare Airport? They're taking off right overhead. To the near side, gets the first down, keeps on going. And a fumble, but recovered by the Maine South Hawks. That's one of the advantages the Trevians have, though, is they have a kicker who can apparently kick well. Back to pass again. In trouble, throws, incomplete. Before they closed in on him. And the pass incomplete, second down, and 10 for Maine South. Like we're back to being copacetic. The handoff, big hole. And gets inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Nobody's done anything since the second play from the second series. Nice couple of yards. Maine South moved the ball a little bit. That's something the Trevians haven't done. Second and 2 for the Maine South Hawks. Again, a lone split man to the far side. Sean Kane, handoff along the line. 1-2, terrible tackling. Now finally, Ryan Spellman in it all, and they still was thrown for a loss. Well, there was certainly, and yeah, they did catch it. Illegal substitution on the part of the Maine South Hawks. We'll have the playoff pairings for the teams that around our area. Maine South has had fairly lengthy possession here. Back to pass. In trouble. Down he goes. Shea Fitzgerald with the sack. 40-yarder. Instead, it looks like they're going to go for it. Man goes in motion. Handoff inside. And tried a little sneaky handoff. And didn't make it. Trevians take over at their own 30-yard line. First, third quarter. They hand off to Tommy Geary. Stays on his feet, breaks it. He's got an open field to the 50, to the 40, and brought down at the Maine South 35-yard line. Peters in the backfield. And off to Ryan Spellman. Spellman busts through. 20, 10, touchdown New Trier. Boy, that Tommy Geary run looms big in this one, I'll bet. Up and through, and we are tied at 7. With a 40-yard run, and Ryan Spellman with a 35-yard touchdown run. 2 plays, and the Trevians are on the board. That's the intangibles that come in when you talk about Tommy Geary and talk about the Trevian seniors this year is wanting to do those plays and the sense of pride, having played in a game like this, something the sophomores have, the juniors, thinking of last year's sophomores, something that the juniors here haven't experienced. Ryan Lynch kicks it off, and he makes a beauty. Taken at the 12 and gets it up just past the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Sean Kane, handoff on the trap play. Got a couple of yards. We'll call it 3, second down, make it 4, second down and 6. Second down and 6. Back to pass. Knocked away. Picked up by Patrick Newmeyer. Rumbles in for the touchdown. And just that quick, the Trevians have the lead. Picks it up and takes it home. And the Trevians have the lead, 14-7. Trevians have gained the lead. Less than a minute. 2 touchdowns here. And the Trevians now on top. Ryan Lynch again set to kick it off. The kick away, taken at about the 13-yard line, and gets up to about the 26, 25. We'll call it the 26. 1st and 10 at the 26. A turnover, rumbled in for the touchdown. 2 plays, 75 yards, and the Trevians have the lead. Sean Kane has not been able to generate much offense. There's the pass and incomplete, but that's going to be offensive pass interference. The pass in. So the 15-yard walk-off makes it second down and, or third down? Second down. Long yardage. No, it is third down and 22, I think. Loss of down. There's a handoff. Ain't going nowhere. Got 3, split to the near side. Back to pass is Kane. He throws, and incomplete. Although we haven't had that many punts today. There's a snap and a shanker. Oh my, Trevian's going to get great field position. Then it takes a Trevian bounce on top of it. So the Trevians will take over at the 31 or 32-yard line. Newmeyer and Burke, the 2 split men. Handoff goes to Tommy Geary. Geary hits the hole. And Geary gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Again, the handoff to Geary. Geary finds a big hole and gets down inside the 20. Inside, the handoff to Chris Peters, and he got very little. Again, knocking on the door. Back to pass. Duda throws to the corner, intended for Teton, and that was a little over the lead. If he would have caught it, he would have been out of bounds anyway. Work out of the shotgun. Third down. Whoops. And I would tend to say that's illegal procedure against the Trevians. It is illegal procedure against Geary and Peters beside him. Now Duda tries to run ahead, and he's not going to make it anywhere. Picks up a couple of yards, though. Ryan just back. He had a slight problem last week. Here's the kick up, and it is good. And the Trevians lead 17-7. Taking a big lead here for the conference championship. This is the Central South Conference Championship game. Glad to have you on the network. Wherever you are, hope you enjoy this one. And the Maine South band strikes up their fight song, trying to inspire their team here. Maine South, this is only the second year? I believe so. This is the second year of their playing in the Central Suburban South. They made the change off 6 students between Maine East and Maine South. It is based totally on size. The larger schools playing in the Central Suburban South, the smaller schools in the Central Suburban North. And for those of you watching that think New Trier is the largest school around here, it is not the largest school in the Central Suburban South Conference. That belongs to Waukegan by about, if I'm right, about 300 students, I believe it is. And one of the Trevians went off injured there in the third quarter. On the option, the quarterback will keep it. Fitzgerald banged up a little bit and finally brought down by Borgia. Before the clock runs out at the end of the third quarter, the Trevians on a massive turnaround. 5 minutes. Take the lead now. The Trevians leading it 17-7. And we'll be back with more football action right after these messages here on the network. Quarter. On 2 plays, 75 yards. A touchdown run by Ryan Spellman of 35 yards, following a 40-yard run by Tommy Geary. Then Patrick Newmeyer scooping up a fumble and taking it in for the touchdown. And a Ryan Lynch 36-yard field goal. And the Trevians have taken the lead here as we go to the fourth quarter. A couple of plays in now. Second play in. Coming up. Back to pass. In trouble. Down he goes. Intercepted. Tommy Geary has it, and flag goes down after the play on Borgia, I think, for clipping, but it was pretty weak. I guess the new rule is even if you try to do it anywhere near it, kind of weak, but okay. Trevians, second down. I suppose at this point all you want to do is keep the ball on the ground now and grind out some time. Take some time off that clock. And the New Trier Trevians leading, trying to win their third conference championship in a row. I believe a couple of years ago they tied for the conference champion 3 years ago. Duda hands off to Tommy Geary. Geary plods ahead. And again, stick around immediately following this game. We will have the who's playing where among all the teams that we now cover. There's a handoff to Ryan Spellman. And Spellman got nowhere. A flag goes down on the end of that, and that's in the area of holding. It looks like it is holding against New Trier. Shotgun. The handoff, and Duda tried for the trap play on his own, and it didn't work. Duda back to pass, and he's going to get sacked again. Oh, my. And that'll bring up the Trevians. Not going to do anything now on this series of down, I don't think. Hand off to Geary, and he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about. And we're waiting for the snap. There's the snap, kind of high. Duda kicks it away. And fielded and bobbled out of bounds at the Hawk 25-yard line. Handoff. And didn't even find the hole. There wasn't much there anyway. Kicking north to south. Back to pass again is Kane. He throws, complete. That'll be a first down for Maine South. A month away now from basketball season. Getting close to the time when the teams will be back out on the floor, practicing, getting ready. Here's the pass, complete. And picked up about 4. Of course, you don't get a player of Matt Loddick's caliber very often. Back to pass again is Kane. He throws, incomplete. To come through to actually do that, and if they do, this could be a pretty good year still for the Trevians. Pass is caught and complete. And the Maine South Hawks on the move. Down to the 35-yard line. 35-yard line. Sean Kane again back to pass. Throws up the middle. Incomplete. Knocked down by Neumeier. No, I mean Burke. Maybe. Again, back to pass is Kane. Down he goes. Hit hard. Pass is complete. And gets the first down. At the 17 of the Trebs. Kane back to pass. He'll run it himself. Down he goes. We got a flag, though. And it looks like a clipping back behind the play. That's going to walk it off. First down, 27 to go. The ball sitting on the New Trier 36-yard line. Kane back to pass. In trouble, dodges out of the way the first time, won't do it the second. And Jordan Kruger with the sack. Well, they got to go to somewhere around the Wisconsin line here. Out that way, there's a handoff and another loss of yardage. Third down and long. Loss of about 2 more. 30, well. Third and 37 make it. So all of a sudden, Maine South has gone south. Back to pass again is Kane. And awfully close to clipping there. And that is what it appears they're going to do. Sean Kane back to pass. He's in trouble. Scoots to the outside. He'll run it himself. Pick up what yardage he can. It's going to be short, though, well short of the first down. And the Trevians will take over on downs out at their 26 at the 26-yard line in the ball game. And out to Tommy Geary. Geary busts ahead for a good yardage. And we're set again. Second down. About 3 or 4. Tommy Geary charges ahead, still on his feet, and now as far as he can go, Tommy Geary gets the first down. That's what they really wanted. First and 10 for the Trevs. And Mike Duda, the junior. Oh, my. Tommy Geary bust open. And down he finally goes, but well into Maine South territory. Tripped up at about the 25-yard line. And now Duda will just take a knee. And the New Trier Trevians gonna do it. So I think that may be part of the problem for Maine South, is the fact that this year, as we said earlier in our broadcast, the conference had so many weak teams. And that'll do it. It is all over. And the New Trier Trevians are conference champions. Now, don't forget, stick around, and we'll be back with the playoff pairings right after the ends. For the third year in a row, our Central Suburban South Conference champions. And for all of us, we say, so long, everybody.